Montreal versus Vancouver. Which city is the better city? Well, today I'm going to help you discover that by taking you on a day in the life of living in Vancouver and comparing that to a day in the life of living in Montreal. But you're probably thinking I'm just going to talk about both of these individually while I'm here in Vancouver. Nope, give me one sec, let me show you. I also flew all the way home to Montreal so I could give you the best perspective on a day in the life here. You guys only want the best and you only deserve the best. So with that, I'm going to give you the best city comparison you'll ever see. Let's go, a day in the life in Vancouver versus a day in the life in Montreal. Okay, now let's start off with Vancouver. So Vancouver is a city that is essentially known for all of its outdoor activities. You don't often come to Vancouver for cultural things like museums and indoor events, and even though there are some of those things that are interesting here, it's not the main attraction. The main reason why anyone is going to come to Vancouver is to explore all of the many outdoor activities that they have. This means that as honorary Vancouverites, the first thing we're gonna do today is get our sweat check in. We're gonna go for a workout and we're gonna use the world famous Stanley Park seawall and Stanley Park to help us do it. So the next thing we're gonna do is something you definitely can't/won't wanna do in Montreal, and that's get in the water and go stand up paddleboarding. Sunset Beach right behind me, and then just Sharon and I on our stand up paddleboards. Pretty insane how this city works. Look at that, look at the comparison. There's you in a massive sailboat. So much to do here. You can spend so much time just relaxing in the middle of the water. Beautiful view of the skyline of Vancouver. Got the mountains, Burrard Bridge. I mean, truly is an incredible experience to be able to get in the water and be on a paddleboard while you got boats all around you. Like, look at this. This is me. This is 3 False Creek ferries just trying to get around me. And what's awesome is this is something you can do just about any day in Vancouver. This is the most time I've spent on my knees since the 10th grade. Vancouver has just really taught me how to slow life down and enjoy things. That West Coast life is truly something anyone should be experiencing, and this day in the life should prove that to you. Alright, so the workout is done, and now our next destination is going to be doing what most people in Vancouver absolutely love to do, and honestly probably most people in the world, and that is to go and get some coffee. And in order to get there, we're not going to drive because this is Vancouver. Everything that we do is outdoors and it's athletic. We're going to take the local bike system that the city has, and we're going to go bike to our coffee spot. Ready? Let's go. So even though I am not particularly a big coffee guy, I love going to explore different coffee shops, especially in Vancouver, because I know how big a part of the culture it really is. So today, we're gonna go and explore Nemesis, have some good coffee, have some good food. All right, let's go. Okay, so we've gotten our coffee, we've gotten our morning workout. That is what a morning in Vancouver would typically look like. But what do you think a morning in Montreal looks like? Well, let's go and find out. Okay, bienvenue à Montréal, mesdames et messieurs. Montreal is a city that's known for its food and its culture. You're not gonna come here if you're looking for beaches and sunset spots like Vancouver. Rather, you're gonna come here if you want to experience one of the oldest and richest cultures in North America. So I feel inspired by the workouts I've been doing in Vancouver for the last 30 days. So I'm gonna try my best to replicate it here in Montreal. And there are actually a couple of gyms called TrekFit gyms that are essentially fully loaded calisthenics workout areas within the city. And that is what I'm gonna use today for my workout. just worked out here at the Trek Fit gym right next to Griffintown in Montreal. We burned 400 calories, 30 minutes, no weights, just using everything that they have here. Telling you guys, hidden gem, it is so awesome. There are a ton of these around the city, so go check them out online and go get a nice workout in. Now that we're done our workout, the very first morning activity that we're gonna be doing here in Montreal is walking through the Mile End and the Plateau, grabbing some coffee and getting a nice quick bite to eat. So kind of like Vancouver, coffee culture is really big here in Montreal, and since Sharon is the coffee queen, she's made it a point to explore 20 different coffee shops in 20 days while she's here. And the coffee shop that we're exploring today is called Les Méchants Pinsons. What did you get?
I got just an iced cold brew with some oat milk.
Wow, I got a matcha latte. As much as a coffee may be good in Montreal, it is never as good unless it's paired with a legendary Montreal bagel. So let's go and get one. This is probably the most iconic food that you can have in Montreal, but let me tell you the pro tip. Always ask for the sesame because that's the one they make the most of, and they are always scorching hot right out of the oven when they serve them to you. These bagels only cost $1 and they're fucking amazing.
The Montreal Bagel Dance.
So we got our coffee, we got our bagel, we got our workout. This is a very typical morning in Montreal. Thank God it's a beautiful day because we have so much more planned. Let's see what's up in the afternoon. All right, so our first activity of the afternoon is spending time at Mount Royal Park, the most well-known park in Montreal. One of those major differences between Montreal and Vancouver, like I will continue to say throughout this video, is the climate, and pretty much for 8 out of 12 months, going outside in Montreal is risky business. It's cold, it's snowy, it's just not worth it. In the 4 months that we call summer, the weather is awesome, and we don't have the beaches to supplement it like Vancouver does, but we do have a ton of parks, ton of outdoor areas, and a ton of social life events, and you know, just talking about drinking here. And so being in Mount Royal or any of the many parks in the city is a go-to event on a hot day like this. Okay, so we've been at the park for a few hours, but it's 30 degrees, feels like 35. Way too hot, especially with these thick pants. I don't know why I try and look good in the summer. It's not worth it all the time. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna continue the mood of being outside. We're gonna head to the Atwater Market and feast on some amazing food. In the summer, the Atwater Market opens up a variety of different restaurants. As you can see, benches, we come and we eat outside on a beautiful day like this. We got some satay, a pork bun, a little bit of dessert. Sharon is hungry, so I'm talking too much. Please, eat. Okay, so we spent most of our afternoon at Mount Royal Park, hanging out, enjoying this beautiful day. We just ate at Atwater Market. Now let's see what a typical afternoon and evening are like in Vancouver. In Vancouver, if you want to have a nice drink and celebrate a nice hot day, you're going to a patio. Now my absolute favorite patio to drink on is behind me. It is Stanley Park Brewing, but because we have this heat wave, most of the patios are actually closed today. But drinking is not the only way that you can replenish on a hot day. Let me show you the one activity that Vancouver is most famous for around Canada. It's beaches.
I think the one thing that sets Vancouver apart from every other major Canadian city or any Canadian city is that because we're on the West Coast, we have beach access. Like there's waterfronts all over and they're legitimate beaches, and nowhere else in Canada really has that.
Pretty much everyone in the whole city will go onto a beach, whether it's like us during daytime or later for sunset or in the morning for their runs.
They actually become increasingly crowded as the day goes on. Like I notice in the evenings, there's usually even more people than there are during the daytime. Usually beach cities, everyone's flooding the beaches at like 10 a.m. Here they wait till like 4 p.m.
What's interesting is what you literally just said, which is that it's a beach city. So like reminder that you're still in Canada, but this is indeed a beach city. So as you'll see, there is a much different vibe in Montreal at nighttime, but in Vancouver, things do tend to revolve, again, around being outdoors. And so in this case, Sharon and I usually get food, and then rather than eating in the restaurant, we take that food and go to the beach and eat it while we have the sunset right in front of us. So as is tradition, we're gonna go and pick up some sushi, and then we're gonna go watch the sunset.
This is because if there's ever a sunny day, Will not let us waste it, and he will force us to go outside.
That's because Vancouver is one of the most beautiful cities in the world, and every day that you're here, you should be living it up exactly like we are. So a thing you have to know about Vancouver is that the city has some of the best sushi in the entire world, and again, that has to do with the location, being on the Pacific Ocean. You get access to different fish that we don't get on the East Coast, especially not in Montreal.
Vancouver is really well known for having well-priced sushi, and you can't really get that anywhere else.
So to me, that's one of the magical things about Vancouver. It's like, even though it seems less Canadian, it is a different kind of Canadian. And I love being able to do things like this and all the other activities we did today. But I'll say that no matter where you are in Canada, every single day deserves to be ended on a positive note, and that is with ice cream. Definitely can't go wrong with a lot of gelato places in Vancouver, but rain or shine, probably the creme de la creme, if you know what I'm saying.
Good one.
Yes,
Honey.
yes. Okay, thank you, Will, from Vancouver. So now in Montreal for the evening activities, we are going to be doing a lot more exciting things than we would in Vancouver. We're going to hit a rooftop terrace, and after that, we're going to go and check out La Grande Roue, one of the most famous attractions here in Montreal.
Monday night and people are dressed up like they're going to the club all over the streets. It's intriguing.
Okay, so we just finished up at the terrace, had a couple of drinks. We're having a great night in Old Montreal. Mind you, again, still a Monday night.
It's Monday.
And we decided we would get a churro with some chocolate sauce. Sharon and I are both health freaks, but it's a Monday, it's Montreal, it's summer,
and
weather is nice.
Chocolate.
So we're doing it. This is the difference between the two cities. One is party central, the other one is beauty central. Neither which are better than the other. We like them both. Okay, look, in an extremely serious way, if Montreal and Vancouver had sex and made a baby, they would create the perfect city in the world. You have Vancouver's outdoor activities, beaches, sunsets, and hiking points. And then you have Montreal's vibe, its personality, and its history. But look, there's obviously no city orgies that are going to be happening anytime soon. So I wanted to give you my closest second best, which is to show you a glimpse of a day in the life in Vancouver and a glimpse of a day in the life in Montreal. Hopefully this gives you somewhat of an idea of which city is better, but I'm also curious to know what your thoughts are. So leave it in the comments. Montreal or Vancouver, which city is better? And with that, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you want to see more Canadian travel content, then please smash a red subscribe button. I'm Will, the channel is Sprought, and as always, it's a mindset. I'll see you next time.